Welcome into the locker room today. We're at Pleasant Valley High School where we're talking Pleasant Valley Volleyball. We're joined by the new head volleyball coach at Pleasant Valley, Coach Jennifer Mann. Coach, first of all, thank you for taking time out of your schedule to do an interview with us.
Glad to be here.
Coach, you're taking over a program that is coming off of a state championship just 1 year ago. You got to be an assistant coach under Dana Bryant and be up close to this program. So for you coming in as a head coach, coming off of last year, just talk about what it was about this position that made you say, hey, I want to take over this program and try to continue to do what Dana Bryant did, and that's win volleyball championships.
Well, I mean, obviously we are still coming off of that high from winning a state championship, but having the legacy, I'm a 2000 graduate. Our volleyball program has always had a strong history, and Sandy Hunter was my high school coach, and when I came into teaching and coaching, it's really kind of the dream job because she was my mentor. And having the opportunity to step into the role following Miss Hunter and following Dana Bryant, it's big shoes to fill, but very excited about it.
Yeah. Coach, it just seems like winning is in your DNA. You won state championships as a player, got to be around this program as an assistant coach. Winning follows you. So thinking about that, what are you going to do as a head coach to help these players continue that success?
Well, you got to feed it. They've got to want it. They've got to believe in themselves. And once you get that fever, once you get those wins, it's a feeling that there's nothing that can replace it. Playing on the court and winning state championships as a player is unbelievable. Winning them as a coach and seeing your players win them takes it to another level.
That's awesome. Talk about your time under Dana. I mean, she left a legacy that, the lives that she impacted was second to none. And I'm sure she impacted you as well. So talk about just the time you got to spend under her and what can you take from her that you think will help you now that you're the head coach?
So Dana's had an impact pretty much my entire life. She came into my life as a sister-in-law when I was in 5th grade. So she's pretty much my sister. And her leadership and just the way that she lives her life outside of school and on the court the exact same. Her legacy is instilled in these girls, her expectations. She leads by the leadership of the Lord, and the girls know that. And it's evident. We pray before every match. There's just so many things that just intertwine that make her the incredible leader that she was for me to follow.
Coach, for you, just coming in this season, you lose Donahoe, but you add Sandrock, so I don't really know that it was a good exchange for you. Either way, it's going to be a tough area, and you could very well see them again when it's said and done at the end. So for you, how would you assess the area that you guys are in?
Well, we're up for the challenge. This summer, we have put in 80-plus hours in the gym to prepare for this season. Coming off of a championship, our area, we've seen a couple of the area teams this summer at play dates, and everybody's raw right now, getting back on the court and learning each other and getting the chemistry, but seen a lot of good things with our girls on the court. Very excited.
Yeah, Coach, well, when you got a player named Lily Henry, you're destined to do great things. So why don't you just talk about Lily? She got to compete in the North-South All-Star game this summer. She's an all-state player. In my opinion, she could very well be the player of the year again. So talk about Lily, her being your lone senior, and what she brings to your program.
So Lily is she's like a silent dominant player. She leads in a way that she doesn't have to be loud. She doesn't have to, even off the court, her actions match up with what she wants in life and on the court. And all the girls look up to her because everything that she does in life reflects what she wants it to.
Yeah. That's awesome. Coach, outside of Lily Henry, though, you got to look at Ella Paris, Madison Schwabe, but there's others outside of them as well that are going to also be instrumental to the success. So talk about some of the other players and who's somebody that maybe people don't even know about that could be a really big asset for you guys this year.
So we have lots of new players coming in. We've got 6 sophomores. one of our sophomores is stepping into a setter role. She has embraced the challenge, Elise Wheeler. She has really stepped it up and put in the work this summer to connect with our hitters. Ella, Madison, Ellie, Lily have really been working with her on setting and connecting and just getting the chemistry that they need to dominate on the court.
All right, Coach. Where have you seen this team grow the most this summer?
Their chemistry. That's been our goal this summer, which is why this summer's been a little laid back. I don't think my personality is really that laid back. I'm very competitive. But this summer, I knew that they needed time to just have fun on the court and gel with each other and get to know each other. So we've hit it hard. We've put in lots of hours. But we're about to get to the grind. It's about to get serious.
So what you're saying is they haven't seen the real Coach Mann yet. They're like, hey, this is nice and chill and laid back, and it's about to get real intense, huh?
That's right.
Talk a little bit about just kind of did you build the schedule for this year, and what went into the schedule that you built outside of your area play?
I did, and actually, that whole task starts as soon as season ends. So Dana knew she was retiring, so she
Go ahead.
She handed it all over to me right then. So as soon as we ended, I started contacts with schools, and we have never been a program to build an easy schedule. That's just not what we do. If you don't compete at a high level, you're not going to get better. So we schedule teams that are going to challenge us, and that's what our schedule looks like this year, and we're going to rise to the challenge.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Coach, I'm going to ask you some non-volleyball questions. I feel like we covered a good bit with your team. I asked Coach Nix in my interview with him if he was not a coach and an educator, then what would he be doing? And he said he would probably be a fisherman somewhere. So I'm going to ask you, Coach, if you weren't a volleyball coach and an educator, then what occupation would you be doing?
Oh, my goodness. Well, I have kids, so I'd probably be a stay-at-home mom.
Okay, yeah.
If you'd asked me pre-kids, my first degree was fashion merchandising. So I love to design clothes and make clothes and stuff like that. But after I had kids, they were my priority. So definitely a stay-at-home mom.
So we got a coach that's into fashion and merchandising, and we got some players that love to shop. I would love to see you guys be stuck somewhere for a weekend and see how much money y'all can spend together on shopping. Coach, what is your favorite thing to do with your family? You talk about being a mom. You just have the weekend, you, your husband, the kids. What do you like to do?
Oh, we are homebodies. We love to be at home. We'll lay by the pool, watch movies, and just spend time together. We're not big travelers. We'll take trips in the summer for vacation, but we just like to be home and spend time with each other.
Okay. Now, I believe your husband, if I'm not mistaken, is it for the sheriffs or?
No, he's retired.
Okay.
He was the deputy chief of police at JSU.
Gotcha.
But he retired.
I knew he was in some form of law enforcement, and I don't think that we can thank enough our law enforcement in today's society. Just going to ask you, what was it like to be married to someone in law enforcement?
He really did not bring work home, which is a good thing. I think you have to have a balance, and I never really felt the effects of the law enforcement side because he balanced it out.
I'm going to ask your players who's made the biggest impact on them at Pleasant Valley. You played here. You've been a teacher here for so long, You're now the head coach. Who's made the biggest impact on you at Pleasant Valley?
Well, it would be a couple. And like I said before, it'd be Sandy Hunter and Dana Bryant, for sure. I haven't told the girls yet, but I've been in conversation with Miss Hunter, and she's actually going to come and talk to my girls and give them pregame speech to kick off our season.
Yeah, that's awesome. Coach, just talk about the start of the season. What are you hoping to see from your ladies at the beginning of the season?
Intensity. Lots of intensity. I really want to see these girls embrace their confidence on the court. And I tell them there's a difference between confidence and cocky. And I want them to step on the court and know that they can dominate and be confident in who they are on the court. So that's our goal.
All right, well, I think that's a great way to end it, Coach. Thank you so much. Hey, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk to Miss Lily Henry, your lone senior, and we'll be right back as we continue on the locker room.
We live in a world that moves quickly, and while we are able to connect faster than ever through technology, maybe you've noticed that real connection is hard to come by. Parker Memorial Baptist Church offers you a place to connect, a place to learn more about Jesus and the difference He can make in your life, a place to build relationships with like-minded believers, or maybe discover what it means to be a follower of Jesus Christ. A place to use the gifts and talents God has given you. A place where we love God and we love you. Parker Memorial Baptist Church, 1205 Quintard Avenue, Anniston. Visit our website for details.
Welcome back into the locker room. We're now joined by senior volleyball player for Pleasant Valley, Miss Lily Henry. Lily, you're a senior, so let's start. What position do you play?
I'm an outside hitter, and I also play middle back on defense and on the back row.
All right, Lily, you got the opportunity to play in the North-South All-Star game this summer, so let's just start with that. Why don't you talk about your experience in the North-South game?
At first, I was really nervous because it was with a bunch of people. I had no clue, but after we got a few practices in, all the girls were really nice. It was a great experience, and we ended up winning. So it was just fun to play with new people, and a lot of them were way taller than I was. So it was really fun, and it was just like a whole nother level of competing. So it was a really good experience.
And one of those coaches was Whitney Welch from Alexandria, another local coach. So what was it like to get to be around her?
I've seen her a bunch, playing against them in county and stuff, but I haven't really been able to have conversations with her and been able to be coached by her, and it was really a great opportunity. I really like her coaching style, and she's just a great coach to be around.
All right, Lily, you won a state championship last year. You did have three seniors that were three really good seniors for you guys, but you were one of the underclassmen that was really key to the success that you guys had. So why don't you just kind of talk about what that moment was like last year when you realized, hey, I'm a state champ?
Well, it wasn't unbelievable because I knew we could do it, but it was just unbelievable because it actually happened, and we just put in so much work, and I grew up with these people playing since the 7th grade, and all the work we put in together and all the hours, it was just a moment it was just amazing, it's undescribable.
Yeah. You're going to be a senior this year. You have a new head coach this year, and Miss Mann, who was an assistant coach last year but has taken over as a head coach. Why don't you talk about just some of the positives that she's brought to this program since she took over as the head coach?
Well, she coached me when I was in 7th grade, and that was the first year she coached me, and then, as you said, is an assistant coach for the rest of my varsity career, and she has really brought good energy, good attitude. You can tell she has one goal in mind, is to win the state championship, but she also wants us to be good people too. So
yeah, she's won a couple of those as a player and now as an assistant coach. So the only thing she's lacking is the head coach one. She adds that to the resume. I don't know if anybody in Pleasant Valley can touch that.
Nope.
All right, but you did have Miss Dana Bryant, and she was left a legacy behind that is going to be hard for anyone to fulfill in the future. Mm-hmm. Why don't you talk about Dana Bryant and just talk about what it was like to get to play for her?
It was truly a blessing to get to play with her. She impacted me not in just to being a great athlete, but a great person too. She pushed me to my hardest, and she saw the potential in me, and she did not give up, and she just kept pushing, and I'm so grateful for that because she made me the athlete I am today as a volleyball player.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking at this year, you guys lose Donahoe, but you had Sandrock, so I don't know if that was much of a good exchange or not, having just played Sandrock in the state championship. Just talk about how do you guys go through an area, then get to regionals, and then you go through regionals and get to state. Just talk about the consistency that you guys have seemed to have had over the years.
Well, we really don't want to settle for anything less. We always want to go for the goal, and we just have the mentality of don't settle, want it more, work harder, and it doesn't matter who's on the other side. It's just whoever wants it more, no matter who has more skill or not. We just all had the same mindset.
Yeah. This summer, what have you wanted to grow in terms of individually?
Definitely my hitting, obviously, just all the way around, and also being a good leader. This is obviously being a senior. I know I've been a leader in the past, but this is really the main year I need to step up and just try to be a good leader to everybody and just have a good influence.
Yeah. Lily, where do you feel like you still need to grow the most?
Probably my confidence, honestly. It may not look like I don't have that much confidence on the court, but I could definitely have more. Everybody's always have confidence in yourself. I'm I do, but definitely in that. Need to grow in that.
Yeah, and I know what you mean. Okay, I get the same things. All right, so I'm going to ask some of your teammates in a little bit what they think about you, but what do you think about the underclassmen? Talk about some of those girls and the relationships you have with them, and why this program, not just last year, not just this year, but in the following years, is not going to miss a beat.
Well, it's been a blessing to get to know them and like to become friends with them. And even though they don't think it, they have always been a key on our court. Even if you don't think you are the top dog on the court, you have a purpose and you have a key. And they've done a great job of filling their role and playing where they need to play and giving 100% all the time.
Yeah. Who would you say is the funniest teammate you have?
Definitely Madison. She always brightens the mood, even if you're down. She knows how to crack a joke and make you laugh at any time.
Yeah. Do y'all have do you have any team nicknames?
Yes.
All right, first of all, what's the best team nickname that's clean? It's got to be PG-13. Can't be rated R. So tell me what the best team nickname is.
She's our middle hitter. Her name's Ellie Patterson, but we call her Jelly P. Jelly P.
Yeah.
Everybody has a nickname. I can list them.
All right, well, let's go in here. Okay. What's your nickname?
Lil Hen.
Little Hen. All
Like
right.
Lily Henry.
Yeah, I got you. All right, talk me through the rest of them. They're all clean, I'm assuming, right? There's no bad ones.
there's no
Okay,
bad
don't say bad ones.
Okay, Madison is Little Schwab's. Ella is L. Ellie's Jelly P. Kaylee is KK. That's all I can think of right now.
All right, but
We'll
there's
have to give the younger ones nicknames when they come up.
all right. So what's Coach's nickname?
I don't know. We really have a nickname for her. We just call her Coach Mann.
All right, so Coach Mann ain't got the nickname yet. What would you say is your favorite thing about Coach Mann?
Probably the want to and the potential she sees in all of us. Like, she's not going to settle for less. Like, she sees the potential in us, and she's going to push us to the best of our ability.
Yeah. Who at Pleasant Valley High School has made the biggest impact on you?
This is really hard, actually. Either David Bryant, our softball coach, he has made me pushed me to the person I am today, and he doesn't only care about your athletic ability, but he cares about who you are as a person. And also Dana, those two combined have really just impacted my life, and I'm truly grateful I have been able to be coached by them.
I love that. And I can hear the emotion from you really expressing that, and that's awesome. That's what it's all about. For you being a senior, this is your last year. Lily, what do you want to do after high school?
Honestly, I don't know what my major is going to be yet. Possibly something like physical therapy, or I don't know. But I know I want to play ball after high school, so as of right now, that's what I know.
Yeah, and I would just encourage you. Not knowing what you want to do is okay. Mm-hmm. I changed majors 3 times in college, and I'd like to believe I turned out okay because I followed God's plan, and that's what's most important. But if I came back next summer and I talked to probably Ella and Madison again and asked them, hey, tell me about the legacy that Lily Henry left behind, what do you hope they say about you?
I hope they say that I was a great leader and that I left everything on the court and I gave 100%, and that I was just a good teammate, and that they saw God through me. That's the most important thing, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, non-volleyball, I kind of mentioned a couple, but we're going to come back just a couple to end the interview. What do you like to do away from sports? No volleyball, no softball, doesn't involve a sport. What are you doing?
I like to read. I'm a reader, actually.
What's the best book you've ever read?
Probably Redeeming Love. I don't even know the author's name, but Redeeming Love is a really good book. All
right, that's cool. All right, so you like to read. So are you a person that likes fiction or nonfiction?
Well, I like realistic fiction, I guess.
Okay.
You know, like things that could happen, but maybe it's not like a true story.
All right. Are you a person that likes like books that turn into movies? And I'm writing the book thing. All right, so we're just gonna roll with it.
Okay.
Are you a person that you got books that they make movies after? You like those type of movies, or you just like straight fiction movies?
I mean, I say if I read the book, I have to go watch the movie, or vice versa. If I see the movie, I have to go read the book. So I really like any movie like that.
All right. So you mentioned Redeeming Love is your favorite book.
Uh-huh.
What's your favorite book that you also saw the movie and really loved the movie?
Probably Twilight.
Okay, yeah, that's the best answer you could have gave. I'm just going to be honest with you. Final question for me to you. Your teammates, I'm going to talk to them in a minute and ask them a little bit about what they like to do away from obviously playing volleyball. Mm-hmm. But if you had to predict, if you spent a weekend with Madison and spent a weekend with Ella, which are the two that I'm about to talk to, what do you think they would do the most that weekend?
Probably go shop and just hang out with each other, go to Starbucks, just do all that.
All right. Well, I'm interested to hear more about the shopping and Starbucks. Hey, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk with Madison Schwabe and Ella Paris as we continue on the locker room.
For over 60 years, Oxford Lumber has been servicing our area, and our customer service has always been our main focus. Our customer service is what sets us apart from anyone else. From the moment you enter, our highly trained staff will treat you like family.
To enthusiastically provide total customer satisfaction within a positive and self-fulfilling employee relations environment. Visit us at any of our 4 locations or at oxfordlumber.com.
Since 1993, WM Grocery has been a major part of our local community. WM offers the very best in fresh produce and an outstanding meat department. WM also has many local products not found anywhere else and fresh sushi every day. If you need an event catered, come see Mrs. K at any WM store. Curbside pickup is also available for your online grocery orders. Be sure to download the WM app for all the deals of the week and shopper rewards. Go check them out today at any of their locations.
We take pride in our community and appreciate your business.
For metal buildings in Alabama and the Southeast, Waldrop Manufacturing is your one-stop source. A Waldrop metal building provides the coverage and protection your investments need. They specialize in carports, RV covers, portable buildings, and storage buildings. Stop paying rent for storage. With Waldrop's price per foot, you can actually save money by buying straight from the manufacturer. Waldrop buildings are guaranteed because Waldrop manufactures buildings with U.S. steel right here in Calhoun County. Waldrop Manufacturing, serving the entire Southeast. Give them a call today.
Welcome back into the locker room. We're now joined by 2 more Pleasant Valley volleyball players. We are joined by Miss Madison Schwabe and Ella Paris. So ladies, why don't we just start and you go ahead and tell everybody what position you play.
I'm a middle.
All right, so Ella is a middle. Madison, what about you?
I'm setting, but I also hit outside.
All right, setting and hit outside. All right, ladies, let's just start. State champions. You guys got to experience the highest point as a high school athlete last year after you won a state championship. So why don't we start, Ella? How did it feel to win a state championship last year?
It felt really good because we did have 3 seniors who really wanted it, and it just felt really good that they got to go out with a championship.
Absolutely. Madison, what was that moment like when you realized you were state champ?
Well, it was great because, the year before we were runner-ups, so it was good to just kind of redeem ourselves with that.
All right, ladies, why don't you just kind of talk about how long you've been playing volleyball and what got you into playing volleyball?
So I've been playing since 7th grade, and really just a lot of my friends are doing it, so I was like, why not try it out? And I ended up really liking it, so I'm glad I decided to do it.
All right, so you haven't been playing since you were a kid. You just started playing in 7th grade.
Yeah, I did like a camp in 6th grade, but it didn't really count. But yeah, I started pretty much in high school.
All right, what about you, Madison?
I also started playing in 7th grade, and Maddie got me into it. She loved it, and she was always doing it, and I wanted to always be with her, so she got me into it.
Madison, what was it like to get to play with your sister and to just get to see her win a state championship as well her senior year?
Well, it was great because I know she really wanted it, and she worked so hard for it. And she was not the nicest to me on the court, but it did work out in the end. So.
Ella, what was it like to get to see them 2 big teammates last year and get to see them celebrate that together?
It was like a good feeling because obviously I know they're very close. So it was kind of cool to see that they got to win together, and Maddie's last year, so it's kind of cool to see that they got to win together.
Yeah, you talked about 3 seniors that were really instrumental to the success of this program that graduated, but also Coach Dana Bryant. She retired as well. She got to go out on a high note. You have Coach Mann come in as the head coach now. She was an assistant coach, but what's it been like since she took over? Talk about some of the positives you've seen in just the short little bit of time that y'all got to be with her.
So we do have a lot of new people on our court, and she's been very uplifting to them and just making sure that's it's okay to make mistakes, but it's also she's been on them to make sure they have been doing their job, and so they're prepared to be on the court whenever we do start playing games.
Yeah, we'll talk about Coach Mann, some of the positive impacts you've seen so far.
Well, yes, she is a very positive coach, and she pushes us to do our best every practice, and she's very encouraging. So.
What is she like at practice? Is she a loud person, or is she kind of really laid back? And then what is the biggest difference from her and Dana Bryant, you think?
Well, recently at the practices, she's been pretty laid back. She hasn't been yelling at us yet, at least. But I do think Coach Bryant was more direct with it, but Coach Mann's been pretty laid back.
Okay. All right. What about you, Madison?
I agree. I think she has been very laid back, but it also has been the summer.
So she will be getting more demanding, I know, like Coach Bryant was. But yeah, she has been pretty chill. So.
Now she's going to watch this and say, all right, y'all are telling me to be meaner, so I don't want to hear anything when I get on y'all's tail. Just talk about this upcoming season. For you guys, you're both juniors, and so you haven't really had that senior moment kick in yet. You'll experience that next year. But being juniors, where have you kind of wanted to grow the most from last year, and do you feel like you've done that so far over the course of the summer?
So I've just been like trying to, because we do have a new setter coming in. She's her first year on varsity. I've just been trying to get connections down with her, and obviously the team, we've been just trying to connect together because there is like a lot of new people on the team, so we've just been trying to get the bonding down.
Yeah. What about you, Madison? Where have you been trying to improve over the course of the summer, and do you feel like you've done that?
Well, I agree. I think our main thing that I've been trying to work on is chemistry with our team, because our last team last year, we were all friends, we were really close, and since we have so many new sophomores coming in, we don't really know them, but we need to get to know them for this season so it's better on the court.
Yeah. Where do you feel like this team, both of you kind of hinted at it with the chemistry, maybe that's going to be your response, but where do you feel like this team still needs to grow the most as the beginning of the season approaches?
So definitely, definitely communication, because we have been kind of like quiet on the court sometimes, but it's like we aren't familiar with each other yet, but definitely being more vocal with what we want and like when we got the ball and stuff, so we can connect as a team and not just like flow together, you know?
Yeah. Madison, where do you feel like this team still needs to improve the most?
Well, I think communication too, and so when we're talking to each other, I feel like we do need to be encouraging, but there's also a point where we need to hold each other accountable. And so we were all friends last year, so it's kind of easier to do. But when you don't know somebody, it's kind of hard to be like harsh to them. Not harsh, but direct.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Guys, Lily Henry is the only senior you got this year. Why don't you just kind of talk a little bit about Lily and talk about just the relationship y'all have?
So I think me and Lily, we're pretty close. We've been playing since pretty much 8th grade together, and she's a very good player, and I want her to be able to win another state championship. So it's just like seeing her play makes me want to do better, because obviously want to lead her to another state championship and help her out with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Madison, for you, talk about Lily.
Yeah, Lily is one of my best friends, and we have been playing together since 8th and 9th grade. So she's made a really big impact on my playing and my personal life, and I love getting to see her do what she loves.
Yeah, absolutely. Ladies, all right, let's just kind of talk a little bit non-volleyball for a second, because I like to kind of have some fun questions. So if you're not on a volleyball court, Ella, what are you doing?
Probably either running, because I do track, or shopping.
Yeah. Spending money or running, both things that hurt me. No, I love shopping, but I'm a little bit too much of a splurger. My girlfriend's working on trying to reduce that a little bit. Madison, if you're not on a volleyball court, what are you doing?
I agree. I'm probably shopping with Ella, or probably laying in bed. So.
All right. So both of you like to shop. Where's your go-to store to shop at?
I really like Ulta and Target too, because it's like makeup and clothes. So.
All right. What about you, Madison?
Target and TJ Maxx.
All right. So, what would you say is or let me rephrase this question. Did you go anywhere this summer for vacation? If so, where did you go? And what was the best memory you made this summer?
So actually, me and Madison and Maddie too, we all went on a cruise together, and it was really fun. And I would say my favorite moment was probably we went to Turks and Caicos, and it was just like laying on the beach and just relaxing, and the water was so blue. It was really pretty.
All right, cool. All right, I'll note that down as a potential honeymoon spot for us. I'll just talk about this summer for you. Where'd you go, and what was the favorite moment from the summer?
Yeah, I was on that cruise with Ella, and I think my favorite thing was probably, I would say, getting to be on the beaches.
All right. Who has made the biggest impact on you at Pleasant Valley High School?
Like out of teachers and
it can be a teacher, it can be a teacher, it can be a counselor, it can be a lunchroom worker. I mean, it can be anything. It can be a coach. Just who's made the biggest impact?
I would say probably, I don't know.
I can come back to you. Madison, I hope you got your answer ready, because we're going to come back to her. All right. Who's made the biggest impact on you at Pleasant Valley?
I would say it's been Coach Bryant, my old coach, because when I was younger and still playing volleyball, I was very awkward and I wasn't there, and I think Coach Bryant got me there.
Yeah. All right. Back to you. You ready?
Okay.
Hi, you ready?
Okay, I'm going to have to actually agree with her, because like she said, I was not prepared to like be on varsity yet, and she really prepared me, and she really helped me get everything down and helped me out a lot.
All right. Now, I always enjoy asking the girls this question because it gets really interesting responses. But who is the countryest boy at Pleasant Valley High School?
Probably Bramer Green.
All right, Bramer Green. I didn't hear that answer from the football team yesterday, but interesting. All right, who is the countryest person at Pleasant Valley?
The countryest boy, I would have to say probably, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe Phoenix, but he just graduated, so I can't think of one as of right now.
All right. So let's talk about a game day for you. What do you do to get ready for a game?
Well, usually as a team, we usually go to Starbucks and Chick-fil-A. And then it's like, we like to just like listen to music and just like kind of team bond before, so we're all like on the same page and we know what we're going to go and do.
So we got Ulta, Target, Starbucks. You spend a lot of money over here, Ella. All right, Madison. All right. Do you go to Starbucks too? Is that your pregame ritual?
Yes, we do. We go to Starbucks before almost every game, and we'll sit in there and we'll talk about the game and what we need to do to get prepared for it. So
awesome. Do you ladies, are you superstitious at all?
I think we used to be, but not as much anymore.
All right, little state championship broke that. Are you superstitious?
yeah, no.
No? Not superstitious at all? All right, final question. All right, here's my final question for you. This year, you want to win a state championship, but as an individual, what do you hope to accomplish?
I really just hope to get the connection down with the new setter so we can run the middle a lot and just really connect with her.
All right. Obviously, you want to win a state championship, but what are your individual goals?
I think just pushing myself a little bit harder and working a little harder in and out, not on the court, in the weight room too, and just becoming a better athlete, not just a volleyball player.
All right, you heard it from the ladies. That's going to do it for us today. Thank you to Coach Mann and the Pleasant Valley program for having us out here. Hey, we hope you have a great evening. We'll see you next time on The Locker Room.